So let me tell you why I gathered you for this little Zoom call. So basically, I've always loved how food can bring people together and create community. And I think during quarantine, I think certainly I've been missing a lot of that. I used to always have these fun, like big dinner parties with a lot of people. And it's harder to have those big dinner parties with a lot of people. And I just thought I wanted to bring people together for some community via food. Another thing I've also been missing a lot during quarantine is traveling. I think food is really powerful because it can sort of transport you to another place. Like you can go to a Thai grocery store and feel like you're in Bangkok, or you go to an Indian grocery store and even just like the smells kind of make you feel like you just got off a plane in India. And you all know I've spent a lot of time in India, and really my interest in India has often been driven by my love of the food there. I just think food is this great way to understand the diversity of like the planet, but even of India, like how in North India, they use roti and chapati and bread to eat their meals. And in the South, they eat with rice, or like how they use mustard oil in Bengal and coconut oil in Kerala. Anyway, so this is all stuff that I think is really fun. And I just wanted to share some of that and make it a little fun experience with this kind of idea I've been playing with, which for now is called Community Kitchen. But Zareen, who's a really good marketing person, is like, that kind of flat. So we need a better name. So if you guys have a better idea for whatever this thing is, by the end of this, maybe you can share that with me. For this first edition of this, I wanted to keep it like super simple, just something we don't even have to like actually cook. We're just like mixing something up, but I wanted to make it also something fun and new for folks. Hopefully this will be a bit of like a learning experience for people. So what we're gonna do today is learn how to make, we're learning about the Indian street food snack, Bhel Puri. So the first question I have is like maybe like by a show of hands, just so we like know what's going on here. Have you ever had Bhel Puri before? Have you ever eaten it? Cool. That's like, seems like 50% of the people-ish. All right, of the people who have eaten it, have you ever made it? Some people have, but some people haven't. So this is gonna be like a new thing for a lot of people, which I'm really excited about. And also it's like, and maybe an old thing for some people, which could be cool. You can kind of like rediscover it. So basically we have like some experts here. We have some newbies. I'm gonna share my screen just briefly so we have some sense of like what we're gonna get up to today. Oh, I wish, you know, is there a way for me to share my, all right. All right, cool. So we're gonna cover kind of four main things today. We're gonna cover, oh, maybe I can, I wish I could make this a little bit, here we go. We'll just do it like that for now, so I can keep seeing your faces. We're gonna cover four things: Bhel Puri, what it is, why it matters, how you can make it, and your instructions for here. And we'll try to keep this thing to just like 15 minutes as promised. Although we can hang out later if we want, because it's kind of dope to have like all these people I love on one Zoom call. All right, so first thing, what Bhel Puri is, I'm just gonna like get you visually oriented. It's a street food snack that belongs to the Indian street food snack family of chaats. And chaats are basically sweet, spicy, salty, tangy street foods that are served all over India in various variations. And what really defines Bhel Puri in particular, here's some pictures. So it looks like this when it's all mixed together. Here's another pretty version served with these papadis or puris, which you can eat it with. And this is sort of like the disaggregated ingredient list. But basically the things that go into Bhel Puri are, you have some base of salty, savory snacks. There's bhel, which is sort of just puffed rice. There's save, which is some like fried chickpea flour vermicelli noodles. They're sometimes also called bhujia. You have puri, which are like fried wheat flour crisps, sometimes called papadi. And then there's like other assorted salty, savory things that often go in it. Sometimes it's roasted peanuts, sometimes peas or lentils or chickpeas or other like tasty things that fall into the Indian salty category of namkeen. Then you have some fresh veggies, like diced tomatoes, onions, and chilies. Sometimes in different parts of India, people will put potatoes, sometimes raw green mango. This is kind of like a fun thing where it's like everyone gets to choose their own adventure, and probably have people with very strong opinions. Like it wouldn't be Bhel Puri if it didn't have XYZ, or it would only be it if it did have this thing. I don't really have strong opinions. So we're all gonna like figure out our own journey here. And then I think the big fork in the road is whether you're having your Bhel Puri like dry, where you just have these ingredients tossed together, or whether you add some chutneys. And I feel like it's not as fun if you don't have chutneys. So like you gotta have some chutneys, and there's various different chutneys you can have. You can, there's a really common one is sort of made with tamarinds and dates. And that's sort of like this sort of sweet, tangy one. Sometimes there's this green one made with coriander, mint, and chili, green chilies. Sometimes there's a red chili and garlic version. And so we're gonna talk more about all those things, but first I just wanted to sort of like give you the orientation of like, what are we even talking about when we say Bhel Puri? Cool, all right. So now we're gonna talk about like, now that you know what it is, it's like why it matters. Why do we care about Bhel Puri? So one thing that's really cool, so we're in the middle of summer right now. It's like probably pretty hot wherever you are if you're joining this. And a lot of people are going to the beach. And Bhel Puri is this like classic beach snack. It's often associated in particular with the beaches of Mumbai. And so you can see like, here's just an example of a beach in Mumbai, the big seaside mega city in the western coast of India, where people are making Bhel Puri. And it's so associated with this one beach in particular, Chowpatty Beach, that there's actually a really famous Bollywood song where they basically just sing these lyrics, Chowpatty jayenge na Bhel Puri khayenge. It's like, we're gonna go to the Chowpatty Beach and we're gonna eat Bhel Puri. It'd be like if you made like a song like, we're gonna go to New York and order a hot dog. So because it's such a great song, I'm just gonna play like 1 second of it. Now on YouTube, there's no video of the original Bollywood song. So someone just superimposed a video of Bruno Mars dancing, but this is not Bruno Mars singing the song. It's just kind of funny video, but I'll just play like 10 seconds of the song so you can hear it. All right, cool. So you have the video link, so you can watch that all night long because I know.
Thank God. I was gonna say, Zach, I need that link.
I know.
All right.
That's a banger. You can't really go through this summer without just playing that on repeat right after like the new Drake song. So the lyrics are literally, "Hey Manu, your motor car is going great. We're gonna go to Chowpatty Beach and eat Bhel Puri and look into the eyes of beautiful girls." It's like a great idea of a thing you'd do in the summer. So already there's like some cultural connotation of this being this great like summer beach food. But I think also what's really, what's also kind of special if you like look at this picture, it's like you see there's like, it's associated with maybe families having like their end of the week, you know, nice time together. Maybe people are going on like their first dates, you know, or maybe there's like college kids after class going and just relaxing. So I think there's a lot of people who have very sentimental, probably like nostalgic feelings towards Bhel Puri, and we're going to create some of those together by making it. The origins of Bhel Puri, kind of a mystery. Some people think it would, like, there's a lot of people who think it was invented at this restaurant near the train station in Bombay. Some people think that basically it was Mumbai has this really strong Gujarati population, and Gujaratis are often like having these different salty, tangy snacks called farsan, and maybe they put their twist on simple North Indian chaat. We're not really clear. I'm curious if anyone who's like a Bhel Puri expert here has like insight into the origin. If they do, happy to entertain those ideas. I'm not looking at the chat box, but you can put it in there and I'll look at it later. Either way, certainly a very delicious dish, and its popularity has spread. It's like basically, it's, even though it's, you know, associated with Mumbai, people eat it all over India, and you basically always see it. It's like served in these little, it's like usually it's served in old newspaper cones. Sometimes, actually the way I was introduced to it, it was served in like old students' homework, like scratch papers, like the like notepads would get recycled, which I think is like what a picture of this is, just like someone's like planner turned into a plate. And then sometimes you get served with like a little half of a playing card because it's a nice spoon, or just a piece of a wooden spoon or something like that. And it's definitely spread across India. So in Bengal, it's often called jalmuri, and they're sort of tossed with mustard oil sometimes. In the southern Indian state of Karnataka, where I think if Sophie's on, that's where she's from, called chudamuri. often topped with grated carrots. Sometimes people make this thing called Chinese bhel, which is like a little like fusion. They serve it with fried Hakka noodles. And you can have these other dry versions without the chutneys, but that's not as fun. So that's a little bit about like why Bhel Puri matters, at least for now. And now I'm going to tell you what goes in it specifically so that between now and next Sunday, when we're going to make it, you know what to get. And let's see, I got some things lined up here, and I'll just show you. So like there's the top order of the list, there's the namkeen. And basically with the namkeen, what you want, the key thing you got to have is some bhel, like puffed rice. Now you can just buy plain like puffed rice, but you could also get something like this is like a Bombay bhel mix. You can see how associated it is with Bombay. There's also plenty of ones which don't say Bombay on it, like this Haldiram's version, which just says Bhel Puri. It's actually, in general, you'll probably get it with a mix. It's not just going to only have the puffed rice. It'll probably have the save in it. And just to show you what I'm talking about, like this is a piece of puffed rice. And this is a piece of save bhujia, little fried vermicelli chickpea noodle. And then you got some peanuts. This Bombay bhel mix had the peanuts in it. This one even had cornflakes in it. Like there's all kinds of stuff that you got in these mixes. And then you'll also have, what's really key of those namkeen things is the papadi or puri, which here's like an example of a bag where you can just buy those by themselves. Here's what they look like. It's just like a wheat crisp. And what's really great about this is you use it as the spoon or the scooper to eat the Bhel Puri. For the veggies, so it's really simple. You just go to an Indian grocery store to get like this. This stuff is all commonly available. The veggies, pretty simple. We got, you've seen all these things before: a red onion, a tomato, and a bunch of cilantro. You'll want some green chilies if you like the spice. Try to go for these little skinny ones. These are the ones you'd always see in India, as opposed to like maybe one of the bigger, fatter jalapenos, but you could use that too. This is just maybe the closer taste. Then this is like where you get to be, choose your own adventure. You could get a potato if you want to have that. You could have some raw green mango. If you love cucumber, because it's like fresh in the summer, throw that in there. But definitely what's key is to have the chutneys. Now, what I love about, I think when I was first introduced to making Bhel Puri myself, I used this Haldiram's mix, because what Haldiram's has in it is they have a little spice pouch, which you can just squeeze some lime onto, and it basically creates the tamarind date chutney. It's not like as authentic as making your own chutneys, but it's like easy and simple. The next step is to actually buy some chutneys. You can, for example, buy a tamarind date chutney. This is a classic brand, Lakshmi, which they make a sweet and sour tamarind date chutney. Mirchi Masala makes a mint chutney, which is quite nice. But it's sort of like, again, kind of like choose your own adventure. You go to an Indian grocery and say, hey, what chutneys do you have for Bhel Puri? And you see what you walk out with. Even better, if you kind of want to push yourself and have some fun, is you can make these chutneys yourself. And having only started making chutneys a couple of years ago, I can tell you it's like super fun. You feel like you're a professional chef doing simple things in your home. And then you can sprinkle on top some chaat masala powder, which is just like, it's literally just a spice mix. Sort of the key ingredients that make chaat masala what it is are two things we don't really have in Western cooking, which is amchur powder, which is dry mango, and kala namak, which is black salt, which has this nice like tangy taste, which we don't really get in Western cooking, which is really special. So you have all those ingredients, and then making this thing is super easy. You just get them all together. You set aside some of the save and the papadi so you can garnish it at the end. But basically, you mix all the stuff in a large bowl. You add the chutneys as much as you want. Maybe just do a little bit at first, see how you like it. Add some more, because you'll probably want more of it, because chutneys are delicious. Keep mixing, tasting until you're like, yep, this is right. Then you can garnish with some of those cute little save, and you can actually buy a packet just of save. It's often called bhujia. Bhujia is like the name of this stuff. There's save bhujia, which is made with the chickpea flour, or there's aloo bhujia made with pieces of potato. Up to you if you want to try it out. This is why it's kind of fun. We're all just like pushing our boundaries here and learning new things. Oh, this is some peanuts I happen to have. But when you're getting the peanuts, if you want to put like be creative also, don't just get regular roasted salted peanuts. You can get like some cool Indian flavored ones. Like this is hing jeeta. Hing is a saffetida, which is a cool kind of funky Indian spice, and jeeta is cumin. So, you know, get more flavor bursts in your mouth. Anyway, then you're going to garnish and you're going to serve it and enjoy it immediately because it starts to get like soggy the longer you wait. So call some friends who you're quarantined with over and enjoy it. All right, before I give you the final instructions, I wanted to give you a little bit of inspiration so you can see like what this is really going to look like when you actually make it. So here is a dude making his, this is like maybe a standard like setup on the roadside in the city. This guy's just going to toss all these ingredients and mix it in a bowl, and I'm going to show it to you. So those are the puffed rice flakes, the bhel. Now he's taking some probably all these little mixed peanuts and peas and lentils and stuff, some onions, some tomatoes, some chilies, some coriander, throwing in some masala, some of that red chutney, some of that green chutney, the lime, really squeezing it all out. Yep, giving some guys change. Doing a little mixeroo. And really getting his shoulder into it. All right, Bhel Puri. Oh, and he like garnished it with the save. You can do that too. You too can be like this guy, garnishing with the save at your very own home. All right, cool. So that is one inspirational Bhel Puri maker. And if that didn't inspire you enough, this is like, well, that's just like 101. This is like the, you know, advanced level. This guy is like, watch his hands. He's just like a super fast Bhel Puri maker. So he's getting his pieces of paper, which are the you know, his plate. There he goes. Some rice, some potatoes, some onions and ginger, sorry, garlic, cilantro, some red chutney, some green chutney, some tamarind chutney, mixing it up. Some bhujia that save the cilantro garnish, some peanuts, a piece of papadi, 20 rupees, and he's on to the next one. So if you ever feel like you're like, oh, my life's so busy, I have to like always be in meetings and stuff, like I guarantee you, you're not working as hard as this guy, just nonstop. So cool. So that's some Bhel Puri inspiration. And now I'm about ready to let you guys go. At first, I want to give you your mission for the next week. So first part of your mission is to find an Indian grocery store somewhere in your area. Now, if you've been to an Indian grocery store already, that's great. If you haven't, even better. That's like the purpose of this whole thing, is like pushing our boundaries, building empathy for other people. When you go in there, this is like the kind of fun part of this, which is like makes it different than just any old grocery like trip, is I'm going to encourage you to ask the shopkeeper's advice for making Bhel Puri. You can, even if you like made it a million times, even if you've been to this grocery store a million times, maybe just say, hey, I'm making Bhel Puri. Well, how do you think how should I do it? What should I buy? And maybe the person will just be like, I don't know. I have like a lot of customers. I'm busy. Just aisle 3 and get out of my face. Maybe. Or maybe he'll be like Susan just was to me at the India Cafe and Sweets on Venice Boulevard. And she like went from behind the counter to be like, you should try this Bhel Puri mix because I really like it. And then all of a sudden we had an interaction. I learned about her family, about when they came over from India, and now like we're on a first name basis. And she gives me a little free sweet whenever I go there. Maybe you will have your free sweet giving grocery store friend too, and that could be a really fun thing that could happen in quarantine. So buy the ingredients, and then here's one more challenge for you. Pick out at least one item you've never tried or cooked with before. I've been pushing myself to do this, and I've been having a lot of fun. For example, today, I picked myself out a ridge gourd because it's a really cool vegetable. I actually cooked with this for the first time a couple weeks ago, but I just wanted to get like, and then I've always seen it. I've eaten it before, but I'd never like cooked with it myself. And I felt very empowered having made a dish with Ridge Gourd. And I'm sure there's like some things, maybe you've been cooking Indian food since you were born and didn't just figure out about it when you were 22 like I did. And there's like nothing new for you, but I bet there's like something in a grocery store you've never cooked with. So that's my challenge to you. And then we'll get back here together next week, Sunday, August 23rd, same time, same Zoom link. I'll send a calendar invite and we can all try making this together. And it'll be really, I'm most excited to hear about your experiences, hopefully like learning something new. Maybe someone will got like some free comp to Bhel Puri or who knows what. So that is the end of the presentation. I want to pause and like this is all like new for me, so I'm just going to open this up for all kinds of conversation, all questions, feedback, whatever. I'm just seeing the chat and I'm seeing it's quite active, which is very exciting. Where do I even begin? Feel free to now maybe raise your hand just so it's like moderated, and I will like call on someone if they have a live question. Otherwise, I can just I'll start to take some of those chat questions. For example, Yoni asks a great question. Can we invite other people? Yes, you can. I think it would be great if we like just made this, I mean, who knows? Maybe this will be a one and done thing, but I think this could actually be something really fun where like each of you end up you like tell your friends, maybe each of you tell one person you think like might be interested. We do this again in 3 weeks, and we're gonna have like 300 people on it. And then there's like 300 new people who maybe didn't know anything about some other culture. Like say that I already have a friend who signed up who wants to, well, actually a friend's mother, I don't know if Anjali's on. Anjali's mom is gonna teach us all how to make parathas. That's another Indian thing. But my friend Christine, if she's on, is an excellent Vietnamese chef. She could teach us all how to make pho. I know Vicky has some Cambodian recipes. We're just gonna like keep on learning about the world, and it's gonna be pretty dope as we go. Oh, Sam's mom is a challah bread baking expert. We can all like tap into our inner Shabbat keeping Jew. It's gonna be like a really fun time, I think. Cool. Let's see. What other questions do we have? Pat reminds me that mangoes are fruits. Good point. Let's see. Any questions about this? Any thoughts? Anyone feeling a little like scared and uncomfortable to make conversation with a grocery store person?
You know what? It's Tracy, and I don't have a fear, but I did have a question.
Yeah.
It didn't look like anything needed cooking. Does the puff rice need cooking, or does it just come?
Great question. No, I actually selected this because it's super simple. No cooking. You don't even need a stove. You don't need anything. All you need is a piece of newspaper to mix the thing up like that guy in the picture. It's easier if you have a bowl and then you can just stir it with a spoon. But if you don't have that, that's cool too.
All right, nice. And we're going to be shopping at the same Indian store. So yay, that's where I'm going.
Oh, great. Yeah. You're going to the one on Venice Boulevard? That's cool. Yep. Say hi to Susan. You already on a first name basis because I could have gave you the cheat code.
Exactly. I'll just ask for her.
Love it. I'm excited to find out what on the east side, like grocery stores that there are that are either like completely Indian and or have, I don't know. I just really off the top of my head, I'm like, wow, I don't know these things. Like I know the health food stores like down pat. I got all those. And I know everybody's name there. But like this will be so fun because I really enjoy making community in the grocery stores. And I'm also noting how the videos that you showed, these people are making it in like a minute. And I'm like, oh, this is going to take me an hour. Like that's just how I feel about like all of the ingredients. So it'll be fun to, just play around.
No pressure. The thing, honestly, the thing that probably takes the longest is just like chopping the onions and like dealing with the tears. The onion-induced tears, not like any other kind of tears. Cool. Oh, Emily asked a great question. Can we share this recording? Yes, I've been recording it. I will send the recording to all of you. You can do whatever you want with it. Send it to all your friends. Let's see. Any other questions from anybody?
So good to see so many familiar faces from all different parts of Zach's life.
It is pretty great. Oh, I have a question for the people who have experience. I think we might have lost our like experienced Bhel Puri preparers. Like they all have big children and probably left to be with their kids. But is anyone's here and has made Bhel Puri and wants to share a personal experience with Bhel Puri? You now have the floor.
I can make a quick little story. So it is definitely one of my favorite foods. My mom used to always make it for my birthday, which was when I was a kid and stuff. But it's super simple. And I mean, like right now I'm about to like go find these ingredients or make it because my mouth is super watering, but it's amazing. You guys have to try it. We probably have another one. Zareen, you probably made it.
Yeah, so I was gonna say I made it for the first time at home not too long ago. So I used to just buy it because my mom never made it growing up. But we always used to have it at stores. So this is, yeah, not too long ago was my first time I made it. But yeah, super excited to make it with everyone else.
Awesome. Yeah, and that's really, I mean, Zareen's like a professional chef, so pretty impressive that she's doing this with us.
Oh, thank you. One thing I was thinking was because these are ingredients that maybe you'll be buying for the first time and you'll have an excess of them once you make the Bhel Puri, we could maybe come up with a list of things to do with the chutney, let's say, or all the other things that were, that you guys are purchasing so that they don't go to waste after you make the Bhel Puri.
Genius idea. I love that. Maybe we could even crowdsource ideas.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I feel like my parents always have like an extra stash of that mint chutney and we just like put it on eggs and everything. But Mo asked a really good question. How long does this keep for? Like the Bhel Puri itself, you should eat within like quickly within making it. I mean, you can keep it in your, doesn't go bad. It's just like not as tasty because it gets soggy. It's like having like a soggy bowl of cereal.
Yeah, you can marinate chicken with some of the chutneys too. I'll think of some others as well.
Cool. Awesome. Well, I want to be mindful of everyone's time. Got you out of here just in time for the calendar invite. Very excited. Oh, my friend Justin is coming to LA next week. So we could maybe, Justin, if you want to hang out and make the Bhel Puri live, that could be kind of fun too.
Yeah. You're gonna have like a sous chef with you in there. I'll wear my hat and everything. It'll be awesome.
Amazing. Cool, everybody. Well, this is wonderful. I love all of you, and that's why I invited you. So have a great week. I'll see you next Sunday. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Don't go.
See you later.